Miss Brooke, there's been an accident with your daughter Calla." My heart stopped working. Questions bubbled straight to the surface of my mind, threatening to spill over and hiss with panic. "She's fine," the director rushed to add. "But she tripped and hit her head on the corner of the table. We think she might need stitches." I blew out a breath of relief. I should have been horrified by that, but a gash to the head? We could work with that. I stood from my desk in the elementary school resource room, grabbing my coat and keys as I talked. "Is she still bleeding, or did it slow down after you put pressure on it?" The director fumbled, obviously expecting more hysterics from my end. "It's slowed down a bit, but if we take away the compress, it's still a lot." She sounded breathless, probably squeamish at the sight of blood. If she'd had Calla in her care for more than a week, then she'd have developed a stronger stomach. But we had only moved to Montpelier a couple weeks before, and Calla was a new liability for the daycare center. It wouldn't be the last time my accident-prone child bled all over their floors. Calla was a danger magnet. "I'll be right there," I promised. I shrugged my coat over my shoulders, put my keys between my teeth, and loaded my binders and planner into the beat-up army green backpack I had owned since the beginning of time. It had been my camp bag, my school bag, my college bag, and Calla's diaper bag. The thing was immortal. But Calla was not, and once again, I was going to have to do some financial gymnastics to pay for her latest scrape. As I zipped up the bag, I prayed it wasn't as bad as they thought. I prayed the super glue I kept in our fridge at home would be good enough. The thought of fighting with the hospital over self-pay, poring over an itemized bill, and arguing with them about gratuitous charges made the small headache behind my eyes worse, and I swallowed hard against a dry throat. Was my throat dry or sore? God, that had better be too much Diet Cola and not enough water. If I was sick, I would scream. The resource room teacher, Mrs. Lark, looked up from her session with a small group of second graders. They were seated behind a partition wall at a low table with reading books spread out around them. She paused, mid-flashcard lift. "Something wrong, Miss Brooke?" Mrs. Lark was a funny bird. She had the build of an army sergeant and short, nondescript brown hair cut with severe bangs. Her general demeanor had all the comfort of a shin to a trailer hitch. She was also kind of my boss. "I'm so sorry," I said, fast walking sideways out of the resource room. "Calla fell and hit her head, and I think I need to take her to the— Actually," I stopped, frowning. "Is there an urgent care here?" "Just the ER," Mrs. Lark said, blinking hard from behind her thin glasses.